Alright, so hello, Modern Conquistador here. I decided that's my name. I might explain it in a later video. Um, anyway, this is going to be my new series, and it's answering Buzzfeed's bullshit. And it's pretty much where they take all these questions, where it's like 24 questions X has for white straight men, pretty much. Um, so yeah, and I'm going to start it off with this one, 24 questions black people have for white people. And even though I'm slightly coloured, I'm half white, so I'm pretty much sure I have half a reason to answer the questions, if you will. But yeah, I'm just going to be doing it. I'm going to be putting in my thoughts. Yeah, again, this is without a script. I'm just going to be going on with it, and then I'm going to be putting on my comments to each and every question, unless I agree with it. Alright, let's go. Oh, Jesus, that's loud.
Why do you always make such horrible decisions in horror movies? It's not cool to split up.
Okay, first of all, that doesn't make sense. Because if you're the one chastising us for making the bad decisions in the horror movies, how come you lot are the ones to die first?
Why do you freak out when black people are cast to play white fictional characters?
Because we expected them to be white and then they're black. Imagine if, I don't know, fuck, what's her name? Oh yeah, shit, imagine if like Cersei Lannister, right, in the 7th season of Game of Thrones, just pops in and bam, she's like sub-Saharan black. I'm just saying, it's a bit of a surprise, but you know, like the most it gets is when people go, oh, okay, different skin color, and end of story. And you can't deny it's happened the other way around as well. As a matter of fact, I say people make more of a shitstorm when you have a black or an Asian character and then they turn them white. They go, it's whitewashing. So like, I don't know, it's sort of redundant, your question.
What's the big deal if Idris Elba plays James Bond? I would go see it twice.
Actually, yeah, that would be cool, but I'm going to let Daniel Craig finish his because Daniel Craig is amazing. But yeah, Idris Elba, I'd agree with you, miss.
Why is a big butt and big lips considered attractive on a white woman, but they're unattractive on a black woman?
Well, I'm pretty sure some people might have... Oh my god, your fucking face. I think you're the unattractive one. But, seriously, I just think, like, it's a matter of taste. I'm pretty sure some people don't like it on a white woman, because what do you get when you have big lips and fat ass on a white woman? You get, fucking Iggy Azalea. And she's not hot. She's one of the ugliest creatures, almost down to your level, sweetheart. I'm pretty sure you have a fat ass, and looking at your face, you got pretty big lips. And you're called ugly not because of those. You're called ugly because when you try and get questions out of men, you make that fucking face with those eyes. Dear Lord.
Do y'all really think Miley is the one who created twerking? Really?
No, but she revolutionized it to a whole new level of shame. So, take pride in that at least.
Why am I supposed to teach you how to twerk? I don't know how to twerk.
Oh, you're the one with the fat ass?
Why is it that white people always act as though they have discovered a new trend when people of color have been doing it for virtually years?
Well, we talk about it with other white people, so yeah, we discovered it for other white people. You know, white people, we always discover shit, you know, modern conquistador, the original conquistadors, or not them, but the Spanish at least, thought that they discovered America, when really the Vikings were the first white people to discover it, but they were stupid. The persons to really discover it were the Native Americans. But see, look, it's just a matter of, you know, white people, you know. We're smart enough to write this shit down, you know. We're smart enough to keep it in the history books. And, you know, history is written by the victor. I don't know what I'm going on with. I think what I'm trying to say, at least, is that white people have a knack for taking things and saying that we found it. Just deal with it, alright? It's a white thing.
Why is it when a black woman wears her hair natural, it's seen as inappropriate, but when a white woman does, it's praised?
First of all, how is it praised when a white woman wears her hair naturally? When? My fucking girlfriend usually wears her hair naturally all the fucking time, and I'm not like, oh my god, sweetheart, shit. You know what I mean? And it's not put down upon. If anything, people want to touch it. They're curious because black people hair is fucking amazing. I want it.
This is the hair that I was born with, so you wearing it as a trend is not cute.
The hair you're born with, me wearing it as a trend is not cute. Bitch, I wear whatever I want to wear. The same way you work wherever you want to work, go wherever you want to go, and vote for whoever you want to vote for. In America, it's a place about freedom of speech and choice. Bitch.
Like, can you appropriate my student loans? Can you take that off my hands?
Can you appropriate my white guilt?
Why is it that white crime is seen as an isolated incident, but black crime is a representation of my entire community?
Talk about those school shooters, right? Like every time, a school shooting happens, even I assume, it's some white little faggot with no friends and some degree of autism with a bowl haircut and the light up sketches who decide to bring an M16 into class and, Johnny, the little shit sitting opposite him, made the wrong joke at the wrong time and, well, little Tim snapped.
When we see a story on TV about a white serial killer, I don't automatically assume that all white people must be serial killers too.
Exactly. You use the pronoun I, so you're speaking about yourself, right? Then why do you guys generalize white people as one group? I don't always assume that, when some black guy shoots a white person or another black person, I don't assume it's because they're black. I assume it's because that person, I don't know, had a shit life.
Why does talking about race make you feel so uncomfortable?
Because when we do, you guys assume that we're gonna say the wrong thing, or we assume that we're gonna say the wrong thing, and if that does happen, you guys are gonna go absolutely apeshit and make videos like 24 questions black people have for white people. We're sick of this shit, mate. Just let it slide.
Is it because you think that you'll be perceived as racist if you talk about race?
Yeah, we do. Because you guys have put a standard on us and put so many fucking shit on us that we can't help but be careful when talking about the subject.
You don't really believe that racism is over because we have a black president, do you?
Well, everywhere there's going to be racism, right? You can't fully eradicate it. It's like war or crime. It can easily be repressed, but there's always those few shits out there, alright? You might as well deal with it. The world isn't perfect. Don't try and... you can try and perfect it, but don't expect it to be perfect.
Why is it so easy for you to notice when there are no white people around, but you hardly ever notice when there are no black people around?
Okay, here we go. Mate, go into a Mormon church and try and not feel uncomfortable, right? You're going to be the only black person there and you're going to be full of a bunch of people staring at you and shit, alright? Then you'll feel a bit uncomfortable. If I'm alone and there's a bunch of black people around, it's maybe in a part of town or in a place where I'm not exactly welcome, right? And I'm not saying it's because I'm black, but I'm just saying the change in colour, it's a bit different, right? If you have 5 black tiles and then one black tile in the middle of all those, one white tile in the middle of all those black tiles, that fucking white tile is going to stick out. I'm sorry, this is unscripted. I'm sorry if I might sound like I'm rambling.
Why is your goal to be colorblind?
My goal to be colorblind. How is it my goal to be colorblind? I don't want to be colorblind. If anything, it's you lot that are being colorblind because you lot are the ones that want to say, oh, we're all equal, there's no such thing as race, no. If anything, that's you lot.
There's so many different types of people in the world, yet you can't see color?
I can see color. My sheets are black. My fucking pillow is green. My wall is white with a little hint of grey in it. I don't know, am I missing something? I might be slightly colorblind, but I can perceive some wavelengths of color. That's for certain. I have a basketball pillow and it's orange. So yes, I can perceive the color orange. I'm not sure about other colors. I know, for a fact, I used to eat my carrots when I was little because my mum told me that it would help my eyesight, but I'm not sure how it would help with the way I perceive colors. It's a known fact that black people have better eyesight than white people.
Why do you want to say the N-word so badly?
Because we're not allowed to say it.
If I don't use it, what makes you think you can?
Because I'm edgy. That's why I can say it.
Why do you always want to touch our hair?
See, you were the one complaining about like, oh, we're not allowed to have the hair. Well, shit, if we want your hair and we like it, but we're not allowed to have it, at least let us fucking grab it. Look at that shit. It looks like cotton candy. Oh, I could just take a bite out of it if I didn't know you were the head that's holding up that hair.
Who told you it was okay to touch people without their permission?
Well, it's technically not you. It's an extension of your body. But look, if you're so like in your personal bubble, then how come, you get so shocked when a black person touches a white person and that white person completely freaks out and, pulls out a firearm or something like that? I know that it's on a completely different proportion, but I'm just saying, don't get so offended when somebody touches it. The reason they do that is maybe because they're not used to sort of hair like that. I'm going to give a little bit of a story here. 3 or 4 years ago, I went to China, and back then I had quite long hair, and my hair is curly, and it's sort of it's a mix of light brown and black, all right? And the color of the tip of my hair changes depending on the light that is reflected off of it, all right? So it's pretty cool. Well, in my mind, that is. And I went to China, and in China, people were so shocked by my hair. Oh my God, look at this Western boy. He's wearing his hair long, and it's so, soft and everything. And it got to a point where even, some of the guards that were on duty in one of the, I think it was in Tiananmen Square or something like that, they asked over to take pictures with me, and they would stroke their hands really softly through my hair. And I didn't see it as something like they wanted to rape me or something. I just saw it for what it was. They weren't used to seeing hair like that, and they're curious, and they want to get more close with it to see its properties, all right? So don't pull that face that you have of such disappointment, right? Because it's just, it's just, I'd say human nature. It's curiosity, all right? It's nothing against you, and it's nothing against your color. It's just curiosity. There's plenty of white people with hair just like yours. Don't think it's a black thing.
Why do you feel like having one black friend makes you a cultural expert or not a racist?
Why do I feel that having one black friend makes me a cultural expert and not a racist? Because I have one black friend. If I was racist, I'd have 0 black friends.
By that logic, then I'm not racist. I have a ton of white friends.
What? So, yeah, you're not racist. Or are you racist? So, yeah, that's the point. He's saying, oh, if that's the case, then I'm not racist. Well, you're arguing that it isn't the case. So does that make you a racist? Stupid cunt.
Why do you feel comfortable cursing at your parents?
I don't feel comfortable cursing at my parents.
How come you can't pronounce black names like Kuvanjane, but can say names like Schwarzenegger, Galifianakis, and LaBeouf just fine?
Wow. Why do you expect me to know your black names, Like, it's because it's not used to it. It's because we're not grown up in a society where all those sort of names are taught, and I don't think they should be taught. And you're listing off really popular white names, right? Schwarzenegger, everybody can say Schwarzenegger. You know why? Because it's a famous fucking name, right? But that Kwanjane name, I can't think of anybody famous called Kwanjane, right? So just pull up some German name or something like that randomly, and let's see how well you can say it. Right? Or a French name, or a Swedish name, or an Icelandic name. And it's not a matter of white people names or black people names. It's a matter of names coming from a language that we speak or not. Black Lives Matter. Oh dear God, I don't need... All lives matter. Get rid of the black. You guys are all about tearing down the walls of race, but pretty much you're being racist by having that. I think you should just get rid of the whole Black Lives Matter thing and say all lives matter. Right? It shouldn't matter on your fucking skin color whether you should live or not.
Like all lions' lives matter, but black lives don't.
Why is a lion's life in Africa more important than the lives of black people here in America?
What made us do that? What did I do? Oh, are you talking about that one lion that was shot by some fucking, dentist? Alright, fine, but it was one lion, alright? One lion. This shit doesn't happen very often. Black people, they get shot every day. It doesn't matter. Just kidding, it does matter. It always matters, but, it's sort of like, oh my God, you guys change your attention to a lion, therefore you guys are being racist. No, it's because we fucking care about the lion. See, either way, it's a trap. If we care about the lion, then according to you lot, it means we don't care about black people. If we only care about black people, then according to the animal rights activists, we don't give a shit about animals. So either way, no matter who we support or who we don't support, we're gonna offend somebody. See, it's just a perpetual loop of fucking getting triggered.
What did Simba ever do for you?
I get it. Lion King was an awesome movie. But so was Selma, and so was Malcolm X.
Because unlike you lot, the fucking lions are endangered. You lot breed like fucking rabbits. You guys get replaced like that. That's the worst thing I've ever said. That's the worst thing I've ever said. Oh my god, if a lot of people watch this video, I'm gonna get in quite a bit of trouble, aren't I?
Why is it so hard for you to acknowledge your privilege?
It's not about acknowledging your privilege. Like, so I can acknowledge that I live in a nice room and I live in a comfy bed and I have warm food to eat every night. Alright, fine, I've acknowledged it. Now what? Didn't really think this through, and this goes to all social justice warriors that use the term check your privilege. You know what? If there's anybody's privilege that you should check, it's the people that don't have any privilege. And when I mean that, I mean, you know, these girls in Kenya that are not allowed to have an education because they're too busy walking 6 hours every day just to get 2 liters of water to supply her family. Alright? Those people need your attention, you know? There was this one girl, I forget, Aisha Dulo, I think that was her name. It was a little 12-year-old girl, 8-year-old girl, a small girl in Somalia that was raped but convicted of adultery and stoned to death. And you're telling me to check my privilege because what? Because you were called a hood rat and I wasn't? Just because of that, you're going to assume that we're in a completely different class? No, it's a waste of time. It really is a waste of time. And I'm pretty sure if people could focus this much energy and this much effort and this much passion onto something that truly mattered, we could really make the world a better place. And just shit like this, it just shocks me. It really shocks me. It makes me upset and it makes me angry. Oh, upset and angry, they're pretty much the same thing. But either way, it really does grind my gears when people use that term. When people tell me to check my privilege. I don't think your privilege is a matter of how well you grew up. You could have grown up with everything, but had nothing emotionally speaking. No love from your parents, no care from anyone, not the chance to have visited anywhere else in the world, right? You know, you could have grown up rich in money, but poor in love. And how does that make you a privileged person? How does that make you a privileged person at all? I don't think privilege should be measured by the amount of money that I have in my bank account, but privilege should be measured in the amount of happiness you have in your life. And if you're telling me to check my privilege simply because I'm a happier person than you are, then you should shut the fuck up and stop being so sad.
How does it feel to not be the spokesperson for your entire race at any given time?
Pretty fucking good.
Must be nice.
Oh, it is. It's very nice. Believe me, it's very nice, because every time a black person speaks, I think this person is speaking on behalf of every single black person in the world, because I'm the regular, ignorant white man, you know. Anyway, I'm going to go and check my privilege now. Hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah, I'll catch you lot later.